I woke up to someone trying to break my door. Bang, bang, bang. I stared at the dark ceiling for a second, confused. My phone screen said 2:03 a.m. The banging came again, louder. Bang, bang, bang. I sat up. "Who the hell is that?" I muttered. Then I heard her voice. "Ethan." "Open the door." My chest went tight. I knew that voice too well. I swung my legs off the bed and walked through the cold apartment. Heart thudding. I unlocked the door and pulled it open. Olivia stood there in the hallway, hair messy, mascara smeared, eyes red. She held one hand on her stomach like she was in pain. Her other hand clutched her coat closed. "Ethan," she said, breathing hard, "you took forever." I blinked, still half asleep. "Olivia, what are you doing here?" She pushed past me without waiting. "Close the door. Your neighbors will hear." I closed it on instinct, then turned around to face her. "What are you doing here?" I repeated. "It's 2 a.m. She looked at me with this strange mix of anger and fear. I didn't know where else to go. "That's not an answer," I said. "We haven't talked in months. We need to talk now," she snapped. Her hand pressed harder against her stomach. "Ethan, you have to take responsibility." My brain stopped for a second. "What?" She looked straight into my eyes. "I'm pregnant." The word felt like it echoed around the room. I stared at her. "You're what?" "Pregnant," she said slowly, like I was stupid. "I'm pregnant, and it's yours." A laugh almost came out of me, but it died in my throat. "That's not funny. Do I look like I'm joking?" She shot back. "Look at me." I did. She was thinner than before, but her face looked tired, drawn. Her clothes hung loose. She definitely looked stressed, but my thoughts wouldn't line up. "We broke up 5 months ago," I said quietly. "You left. For Ryan, remember?" She rolled her eyes. "Don't say his name. You told me you were done with poor men and small lives," I said. My voice shook more than I wanted. "You got in his car and drove away, Olivia." I watched it. Her jaw clenched. "You're still holding on to that?" "How can I not?" I snapped. "You broke me, and now you show up at 2 a.m. saying you're pregnant with my child. Are you insane?" "I'm not insane," she said. Her voice cracked. "I'm scared." I rubbed my face. "How is it mine? We haven't been together since before you left. Do the math." She stepped closer. "Do you think I don't know my own body?" I think," I said slowly, "you know how to lie when it suits you." She slapped me. Not hard enough to knock me back, but hard enough to sting. It woke me up completely. "How dare you?" She whispered, "After everything I gave you?" I stared at her, shocked. "You gave me? You left me for a richer guy, Olivia." "What exactly did you give me?" 5 years of my life." She shouted, 5 years. I stayed with you when you were nobody. I supported you when you had nothing. I believed in you when even your own sister said you would never grow."
How?
"Don't talk about Lily," I said sharply. "She was right about you." She laughed, but there was no joy in it. "Of course, your little sister was right. She always hated me." "She saw what I didn't want to see," I said. "You used me until someone better showed up. Now I'm here asking for help," she fired back. "If I was so cold, I would have stayed with him and never come back." "What happened?" I asked. "Did Ryan throw you out?" Her eyes flickered. That told me enough. "It's not about him," she said. "This is about you and me. Our child." "Don't call it that," I said automatically. "You can't just show up and you think I wanted this." Her voice broke again. "You think I wanted to end up back at your door like some beggar? I had a plan, Ethan. We had a plan." "Your plan," I said. "Not mine. Your plan was to climb higher. I was just a step on the ladder." She shook her head hard. "You don't understand? Then make me understand," I said. "Because right now none of this makes sense." She took a deep breath and spoke slower. "I found out a few weeks after I left that I was pregnant. At first I thought it was his. It made sense. I looked away, my stomach twisting. But the dates," she continued, "they didn't match. I went to the doctor, Check the last cycle, the ultrasound. It pointed back to us, I swallowed. You expect me to just believe that? She stepped closer, staring up into my face. You know I never missed a pill with you? Ever. My mind flashed back to all the small routines, the box on my bathroom shelf, the reminders on her phone. She was careful. Always careful. Yeah, I said. You were careful because you didn't want a kid with a nobody. I didn't want a kid at all, she said, voice low. Not then. Not with you. Not with him. Not with anyone. So why are you here? I asked, why didn't you handle it? The words felt heavy. Her hand pressed her stomach again. I couldn't, you couldn't, or he wouldn't let you, I said. She looked at the floor. He said it wasn't his problem. Said I probably got pregnant before I left you. Called me names. Said I was trying to trap him. So he cut me off. Stared at her. So now I'm the backup plan. Her eyes snapped back to mine. You're the father. I shook my head. Olivia, you lied to me for months before you left. You cheated. You made me feel crazy when I asked about it. Now you show up with some story and expect me to just accept it? I'm not lying now, she said. I messed up. I know that. I hurt you. I know that too. But this is bigger than your feelings and my pride. Don't talk about my feelings like they're some small thing, I said, my voice rising. You broke me, Olivia. I spent weeks barely sleeping, wondering what I did wrong, why I wasn't enough. You didn't even look back. I looked back every day, she shot back. You think I was happy? You think money fixes everything? Try living with a man who thinks you're a toy he bought. Then why stay? I asked. Why not leave earlier? She hesitated. Because I didn't want to come back like a failure. I let out a bitter laugh. So you would rather stay miserable than admit you made a mistake? Don't act like you've never been proud, she said. You and your quiet dignity. This isn't about my pride, I said. It's about you wanting me now that you have nothing. I don't have nothing, she whispered. I have this. Her hand moved on her stomach. And like it or not, it's part of you. A silence settled between us. My mind ran in circles. I thought about the nights we stayed up talking about the future. I thought about how I once imagined having kids with her. When everything still felt pure and simple, it might not be mine, I said finally. It is. She insisted, then you won't mind a test, I said. Later, not tonight. But I'm not signing anything. I'm not giving you money. Not until I know the truth. Her face twisted. You think I came for money? You literally said, I have to take responsibility, I said. What does that mean, Olivia? Because it sounds like money and support and you moving back into my life like nothing happened. I need a place to stay, she said quietly. Just for a few days, until I figure things out. No, I said. She stared at me, stunned. What? I said no, I repeated. You don't get to walk back into my home like you never ripped it apart. Tears filled her eyes again. You're really going to leave me out there? Like this? You have friends, I said. Family? Go to them. They'll think I'm happy, she said. They think I'm living a dream. I can't show up at their door like this. That's not my problem, I said. Even though my chest hurt, you used to care if I cried, she whispered. I used to think you cared if I broke, I replied. She took a shaky breath. Ethan, please. I'm scared. I looked at the door, then back at her. My heart and my head pulled in opposite directions. Go to a hotel, I said. I'll pay for one night. That's it. Tomorrow we talk about tests and what comes next. But you're not staying here. Her eyes turned cold. The tears dried almost instantly. I recognized that look. It was the same one she had when she packed her suitcase months ago. So that's who you are now, she said softly. Cold. Hard. Just like them. I'm just done being your doormat, I said. She stepped so close I could feel her breath on my face. For a second, I thought she would slap me again. Instead, she smiled. It was small and sharp. Fine, she whispered. Have it your way. She leaned toward my ear, her voice dropping to a hiss. But listen to me, Ethan, if you don't help me. She paused, and I felt a chill crawl down my spine. I'll destroy you. I sat across from Olivia at my small dining table and watched her sip water like she still paid the rent here. Her coat was on the chair, her phone on the table, her eyes on everything but me. You're quiet, she said. That's never a good sign. I'm trying to remember when you stopped knocking like a guest, I said. She smirked. Probably around the time you gave me a key. Put the key in Ryan's pocket when you left, I replied. Remember that part? Her smirk faded. Are we doing this? The greatest hits of our breakup? I didn't invite you, I said. You showed up at 2 a.m, said you're pregnant, said it's mine. I'm still on the first shock. She looked straight at me. It is yours. We'll see, I said. Right now I just want to understand how we got here. We got here because you like pretending the past never happened, she said. I'm the one pretending. I asked. Okay, let's start with the past then. I leaned my elbows on the table. Do you remember the first night we ate from that gross burger stall near campus? She smiled in spite of herself. They served fries in paper that looked recycled from exam sheets. You laughed at me because I asked if the meat had ever seen a cow, I said. Jake almost died choking. Jake kept telling us, you two will either build an empire or burn the town, she said. He also told me you were scary, I replied. He said you liked control more than love. She rolled her eyes. Your best friend thought every strong woman was scary. Lily agreed with him, I said. She said you were too controlling. Your sister hated me, Olivia said. I smiled wrong. I breathed wrong. I existed wrong. She said you would break me, I answered. I told her she was jealous. And now? Olivia asked. Still think she was jealous? I think she saw the ending before I did, I said. Olivia's fingers tapped the glass. We also had good years, Ethan. I know, I said softly. Cheap buses. Shared headphones. Splitting one sandwich because we were broke. You promising you'd buy me a real ring someday, she said. Not that vending machine one you used as a joke? I kept that ring, I said. It's still in my drawer. Her eyes flicked toward the bedroom door, then back. You always keep things long after they're dead. Like love, I said. She sighed. You always talk like I never cared. You told me I was too small for your future while Ryan waited in his car, I replied. That line is hard to file under care. I was angry, she said, and scared. You were stuck, Ethan. Same job, same fear, same excuses. I was working, I said. Saving, trying. You were hiding, she shot back. Every time I talked about risk, you froze. You wanted a safe little life, and I wanted more. You wanted him, I said. Be honest, I wanted what he represented, she replied. Power, security, a way out. You could have asked me to run faster instead of swapping me mid-race, I said. I did ask, she said. You heard nagging every time I pushed you. I rubbed my forehead. So now the story is, I smothered you. You leaned on me for everything, she said. If I failed, you would break. That scared me more than being broke. You could have told me that without packing a suitcase behind my back, I said. I tried, she replied. You only listened when it was too late. I looked at her. Do you know what I remember most? Not you leaving. The quiet after, how the apartment sounded wrong. I remember you standing in the doorway when I walked out. You looked small. That was the point, right? I asked. To make me feel small enough to let you go, I needed you to hate me, she said. Otherwise, you would have waited forever. I did wait, I said. Just long enough to realize you weren't coming back. We both fell silent. The clock ticked above the sink. Her breathing sounded too loud, so I said at last, fast forward. You leave. You upgrade. Now you're here with bad news and big eyes. What changed? She swallowed. He changed. No, I said. He just dropped the mask. You don't know him, she said. I know he was fine watching you break me, I replied. That told me enough. She laughed bitterly. He told me you were weak, that you'd never fight, that you'd sign anything if I pushed the right way. My stomach twisted. Nice, he said. You depend on guilt, she continued. That you can't stand thinking you hurt anyone. He's not wrong, I admitted. I hate hurting people. She met my eyes. That's why I came here first. Not because I loved you, I said. Because I'm easy to corner. You're easier to talk to than him, she said. With you, I can still pretend there's some softness. I let the words sink in. So what's the plan, Olivia? Cry, remind me of burgers and bus rides, then hand me a bill. Her jaw tightened. I'm not here to sell you a memory. I'm here because I'm running out of time. For what? I asked. For options, she said. She reached into her bag and pulled out a thin file. I felt my shoulders tense even before she set it down between us. What's that? I asked. A shortcut, she said. I don't like shortcuts. I answered. You liked it when I did your assignments, she said. Don't act holy now. That was tutoring, I said. That was me rewriting your disasters, she replied. Same thing I'm doing now. Open the file. Pages. Stamps. My name. Old chat screenshots with pieces missing. A draft statement with ugly words attached to me. What is this? I whispered. A story, she said. One people will believe. It's not true, I said. It's true enough, she replied. Guy dates girl 5 years. Girl gets pregnant. Guy refuses to help. Girl speaks out. People know that script. I never refused, I said. You never asked. You left. We both know no one will check the details, she said. They'll see my tears and your silence. So what do you want? I asked. She tapped the last page. Your signature. You agree you're responsible? You send support every month. I don't go public. I don't go to your work. I don't go to the police. Simple. My chest went cold. And if I don't sign? She watched me for a long moment, then smiled in a way that reminded me why Lily never trusted her. If you don't sign, she said quietly, I will make everyone believe you used me and left me pregnant. Friends, family, your job. The internet. All of them. And once that happens, Ethan, the boy who shared burgers with me, will be gone. Only the monster will be left. I carried the file into the office like it weighed 10 kilos. My hand shook when I swiped my ID and walked in. People greeted me. I nodded back, fake smile on my face, like I wasn't holding a bomb with my name on it. At my desk, put the file inside my drawer and stared at the screen without seeing anything. Yo, jumped. Jake leaned over the partition with a stupid grin and a cup of coffee. You look like you saw a ghost, man, he said. Rough night? You have no idea, I muttered. He raised a brow. That bad? I looked around. Open office. Too many ears. Lunch, I said. I'll tell you at lunch. He studied my face for a second, then nodded. Okay, now I'm curious. The morning dragged. Every email looked like a threat. Every notification made me think she already did it. She already sent it everywhere. By the time lunch came, my stomach was a knot. Come on, Jake said, clapping my shoulder. Cafeteria. My treat. You look like you'll faint. I'm not hungry, I said. Then sit and watch me eat, he replied. Let's go. We found a corner table. Noise buzzed around us, but it still felt too quiet. Jake bit into his sandwich. So, talk. Did a ghost visit? Did Lily finally kill you for ignoring her calls? It was Olivia, I said. He froze. Slow chew. Wait, what? She came to my place, I said. At 2 a.m, he swallowed. You're kidding. I wish I was. What did she want? He asked. I looked at my bag. Proof that my life is a joke. Dude, stop speaking in drama lines, he said. Just tell me. I pulled the file out and set it on the table. She brought this. He frowned. What is it? Read, I said. He wiped his hands and opened it. His eyes moved quickly. I watched his expression change, curious, then confused. Then something else I couldn't name. Medical papers, he muttered. Hospital logo. Ultrasound stuff. Your name here? He flipped pages. Screenshots of your chats with her. I leaned forward. Look closely. He squinted at one page. This one says you told her to stop whining and deal with it. I never said that. I said, check the date. He checked. 6 months ago. We broke up 5 months ago, I said quietly. We weren't even talking 6 months ago. That was when she was already distant. Remember? I told you about it. He swallowed. Maybe she got the date wrong on the export or something. Look at the chat format, I said. The font. The bubbles. It's not even like our old app layout. She cut and pasted this. He flipped another page. His jaw tensed. This one is your text. I don't care what happens to you. I never wrote those words to her, I said. Ever. Maybe you were angry and forgot, he said. I stared at him. Do you really think that sounds like me? He looked down. People say things when they're hurt. Jake, I said, whose side are you on right now? I'm just trying to be fair, he said. Look, man, she's pregnant. She's desperate. She came to you. That doesn't give her the right to fake messages, I said. He shut the file slowly. His hand had a slight tremor. So what exactly is she asking? She wants my signature, I said. On a statement that says I'm responsible, will give support, won't deny it. He whistled under his breath. Wow, if I don't, I continued, she goes public, says I used her and dumped her pregnant. He stared at the table. That's heavy, I know, I said. He tapped his fingers. Okay, listen, don't freak out, but maybe. Maybe you should just help her a little. I blinked. What? Not sign your life away, he said quickly. Just give her something. Some money. Calm her down. Buy time. Buy time for what? I asked. For her to cool off, he said. You know how she is. She goes all in when she's angry. Later she regret it. So your plan is pay the blackmail and hope she grows a conscience? I asked. It's not blackmail, he said too fast. It's negotiation. You heard her threat, I said. How is that not blackmail? He shifted in his seat. Look, Ethan, she's not stable right now. Hormones, stress, all of that. The last thing you want is her going nuclear on social media. People believe anything. I know, I said. That's what scares me. And just help her a little, he repeated. Show good faith. Once the baby comes, you do the test, and if it's not yours, you walk. Until then, just keep her calm. His eyes were on the table again. He wouldn't look at me. You're really focused on me helping her, I said slowly. She's not someone you want as an enemy, he replied. I watched him. When did you talk to her? He stiffened. What? You're talking like you already had this conversation with her, I said. Like you rehearsed it? He laughed. But it sounded wrong. Dude, she's your ex of 5 years. I knew her too. I know how she thinks. That's all. My skin crawled. Has she called you? He took a sip of his drink. Maybe once. After the breakup? That's not what I asked, I said. Has she called you about this? He set the cup down hard. Why are you interrogating me? I'm trying to help. By telling me to pay her so she goes away, I said. That sounds less like help and more like damage control. For who? He snapped. Her. Me. You think I'm on her side? I think you're hiding something, I said. His jaw worked. Believe what you want, man. I leaned back. Just answer me one thing. Did you know she was with Ryan before I found out? Silence. He looked past me at nothing. That was my answer, Jake, I said, my voice low. Did you know? He swallowed. Heard rumors when I pressed. A while before you found those texts, he said. I thought it was just talk. I didn't want to hurt you if it wasn't true. You chose to stay quiet, I said. Let me walk around like an idiot. I was trying to protect you, he said weakly. No, I said. You were trying to protect your comfort. If you told me, everything would explode. So you stayed safe and let me burn. He flinched. That's not fair. Neither's this, I said, tapping the file. But here we are. He stared at it, then pushed it toward me. Do what you want, Ethan. But if she goes crazy, don't say I didn't warn you. I am warned, I said. Just not the way you think. The rest of the day blurred. I answered emails, joined meetings, smiled when I had to. Inside, everything felt like glass ready to crack. By evening, I walked home with the file under my arm. The cold air bit my face. Every step echoed the same thought. Something is wrong. Something is very wrong. When I reached my apartment, Lily was sitting on the stairs, hoodie up, earphones in. She pulled one bud out. "You finally remembered you have a door? What are you doing here?" I asked. "I called," she said, standing. He sounded weird. "I'm allowed to worry." I sighed and unlocked the door. "Come in." Sighed. She looked around. "Place looks the same. Depressing, but clean." "Good job." "Had a visitor," I said. Her eyes sharpened. "Let me guess. Name starts with O and ends with throws your life in the trash." "Yeah," I said. She brought gifts. I put the file on the table. Lily eyed it like it might bite. "What's that?" "Evidence," I said. "Or fake evidence." "Not sure yet." She flipped it open. Her eyebrows climbed as she read. Wow. She went full drama student. "She's claiming I got her pregnant and refused to help," I said. Lily snorted. "Of course she is. She has medical papers, chats, everything," I said. Lily scanned a medical sheet. Due date. Conception window. She looked up at me. "When exactly did she leave?" 5 months ago," I said. "You know that. You helped me pack her stuff." "And when was the last time you two?" She twirled her hand. "A little before that," I said. "Maybe 6 weeks before she left." She was already distant. She flipped to another page. "This says she was already sure by then." "I know," I said. She turned to the screenshots. "Okay, this is trash. The bubble style is new. The font is wrong. And this timestamp. You were with me that night. We were watching that stupid reality show you pretended to hate." "I do hate it," I said. "You watched 3 episodes," she replied. "You even yelled at the TV." I almost smiled. "Fine." She held the page up. "So either you learned to text while yelling at fake couples, or she edited this." She sang, "I told her to deal with it and stop whining," I said. Lily laughed, sharp and cold. "You can't even send food back at a restaurant. You? Telling someone to deal with it?" "Sure. She says if I don't sign, she'll destroy me," I said. Lily's face hardened. "She's trying to scare you into choosing fast." "It's working," I admitted. She dropped into a chair. "Sit." "I'm tired," I said. "Sit, Ethan," she repeated. "We're using the one skill I've always had, memory," I said. "Okay," she said. "Let's walk through the breakup timeline. Out loud, no feelings. Just facts." I nodded. "Month 1, she said. She started coming home late. Said it was work." "Yeah," I said. I asked if something was wrong. She said I was clingy. "Month 2, Lily continued. You found the first weird chat with Ryan. She said he was just a friend," I said. I believed her. "Idiot," she muttered, then kept going. "Month 3, she needed space. She slept at a friend's place twice." I swallowed. "Right." "Month 4, Lily said. I saw her getting into his car. You said she was just getting a ride. I didn't want it to be real," I whispered. "Month 5, she said. Suitcase. Car outside. That lovely line about you being too small for her future, she left. No talk of pregnancy. No doctor visits. Nothing, nothing," I repeated. "Now," Lily said, tapping the papers. "These dates say she knew about the pregnancy before she left. Weeks before." "Yeah," I said. "But she didn't tell you," Lily went on. "She told him. And he didn't want it." I looked at the file. "So she changed the story. She's trying to rewrite the past so you fit," Lily said. "She wants a legally useful villain." "Congratulations, big bro, you got the role?" "How can you joke right now?" I asked. "Because if I don't, I'll find her and choke her with these printed lies," she said. "Look at me." I did say it, she said. "Say what you already know." My throat felt tight. "The dates don't match." Louder, she insisted. "The dates don't match," I said. "The baby can't be mine." "Exactly," she said. Even if she is pregnant, even if those medical papers are real, she's lying about who and when. I leaned back. The room swayed a little. Why would she think I'd fall for this? Because you always did before, Lily said. She cried. You folded. Every time? Not this time, I said. My voice sounded different. Harder. She watched me, then nodded slowly. Good, hold on to that. My fear burned down into something heavier. Not loud, not wild. Just cold. I'm done letting her write my story, I said. Good, Lily replied. So what now? I picked up my phone. My thumb hovered over Olivia's name. My heart pounded, but my hand didn't shake this time. What are you doing? Lily asked. Ending the script, I said. I opened our chat and typed, we need to talk. But this time, I'm not your victim. I chose a crowded cafe on purpose. I didn't trust Olivia anywhere quiet. I wanted noise, witnesses, and distance. When she walked in, she looked around like she was searching for her spotlight. She saw me and smiled sweetly. Ethan, she said, touching my shoulder as she sat. You came. I said I would, I replied. Let's talk. She leaned forward and brushed her fingers against my hand. I pulled mine back. She sighed dramatically. You used to hold my hand first. I used to trust you, I said. Start talking. Her eyes glossed over instantly. Ryan changed. I stared at her. That's the opening line? He's not the man you think, she said. He started drinking. Not much at first, just enough to get loud. He'd scream if I came home late. He'd throw things. He hit the wall, once only the wall. Not me, but close enough to scare me. I clenched my jaw. Why are you telling me this? Because he's dangerous, she whispered. And because you're the only good man I ever had. A few people turned toward us. She made sure they heard. Keep your voice down, I said. Why? She asked louder. Why can't people know what I'm going through? I leaned back. Because it's not true. Or not all of it. Start with the part where you faked dates. Her lips trembled. He forced me. He forced you to lie about me. To fake messages? To blame everything on me? He said no one would believe him being abusive, she said. He said we needed a story that made sense. Story I repeated. So you wrote one with my name as the villain? She wiped a tear slowly, dramatically. I didn't want to. But he said if I didn't, he'd tell everyone I trapped him. That I was unstable. That the baby might be yours. I stared at her. You told me you weren't sure? I was confused, she insisted. You said you didn't want a kid at all, I said. Now, suddenly you're the protective mother. I didn't want one then, she said. But once it was real, I didn't know what to do. The waiter set down our drinks. Olivia thanked him with a shaky smile, then lowered her voice again. I came to you because you're the only person who won't let me fall. You're confusing kindness with stupidity, I said. She reached again for my hand. I moved away again. Her face crumpled. Ethan, please. I'm drowning. I stayed silent. He made me fake the timeline, she whispered. He made me send you those papers. He made me say those things. He didn't make you show up at 2A.M. You chose that. She looked away. I didn't know where else to go, and now? I asked, what do you want now? I want you to protect me. Protect us. Sign the papers. Say you'll support me. After that, Ryan will stop. I'm not rewarding blackmail, I said. Her eyes filled with tears, and her voice went loud again. Why are you being so cruel? I'm pregnant. A couple stared directly at us. I groaned inside. Olivia, stop. People are watching, good, she said, crying even harder. Let them see how heartless you are. I rubbed my forehead. I'm not heartless. I'm cautious. You always were, she snapped. Too cautious. Too scared. Too small. That's the real you, I said quietly. There's the woman who left me. She covered her face. I didn't mean it. You meant every word. Live. A bright voice cut the air. I turned. Emma stood beside our table with a cup of iced coffee and a too wide smile. Oh, wow, she said. This looks fun. Olivia's eyes widened. Emma, what are you doing here? Getting coffee, Emma said. And now watching a soap opera. She sat without asking permission. Hi, Ethan. Not a good time, I said. Emma raised a brow. You think I don't know everything already? Olivia groaned. Emma, seriously, Emma leaned back. Relax, Liv. He already saw the file, right? The whole Ethan refused responsibility story. I stared at Olivia. You told her everything? I needed advice, she whispered. Emma sipped her drink, and I gave great advice. People love drama. Pregnant girl, sad story, evil ex, viral in 5 minutes. My stomach twisted. So you helped her fabricate it? Emma shrugged. She needed someone. Ryan is scary. You were the easier target. I'm the easier target because I have a conscience, I said. Right. Exactly, Emma said. That's why this works. Olivia grabbed Emma's arm. Stop. You're making it worse. Emma pulled her arm free. No, I'm making it real. Ethan needs to understand his part. My part? I asked. Emma smiled. If you sign the papers and support her, everything stays quiet. If not, the internet loves villains. I glared at Olivia. You already sent something, didn't you? She shook her head frantically. I didn't, I swear. Emma didn't answer. That silence said enough. I stood up. I'm done. Olivia grabbed my sleeve. Ethan, please. I'm scared. You should be, I said. You chose the wrong enemy this time. I walked out before she could react. My heartbeat pounded in my ears the whole way to the office. When I sat down at my desk, my phone rang. Daniel. My chest tightened. I answered. Hey, Ethan, he said in a calm, heavy voice. Can you come to my office for a moment? My stomach dropped. I'll be right there. I walked down the hallway. My pulse hammered. I stepped inside. Daniel sat behind his desk. Sarah from HR sat beside him. A printed email lay on the table. Daniel looked at me and said the words I feared most. We received an anonymous message this morning accusing you of harassment and of running away from your pregnant ex. I sat across from Sarah in the HR room, my palms sweating on the table. The blinds were half closed and the air felt heavy. She folded her hands. Ethan, I need you to walk me through everything. From the beginning, I'm not a monster, I said immediately. I didn't do what that email said. Not accusing you, she replied. I just need your side. My side is the truth, I said. Olivia and I broke up 5 months ago. She left for someone else. I haven't seen her until 2 nights ago, when she suddenly showed up at my door, claiming she's pregnant. Sarah nodded slowly. And you believe the child isn't yours? I know it isn't, I said. The dates don't match. She faked screenshots. She brought a file full of edited messages and made-up timelines. Edited messages? Sarah repeated. Do you have proof of that? I'm working on gathering it, I said. But I promise you, I didn't abandon anyone. I didn't harass anyone. I didn't refuse responsibility. She's lying, understand, Sarah said gently. But we still need to investigate, Ethan. We have procedures. The complaint is serious, so my job is at risk, I said. She hesitated before answering, till we finish the investigation. Yes, it's possible. Right. She's doing this on purpose. She wants me cornered. Stay calm, Sarah said. Bring me everything you have. Messages, dates, anything that can support your version. The company will evaluate fairly, I nodded weakly. Okay. When I stepped out of the HR room, I felt like my legs were made of air. I walked down the hallway with my head down, trying to breathe. Halfway to my desk, someone grabbed my arm gently. Ethan. I looked up. Maya stood there, worry written all over her face. What happened? Daniel looked serious. HR looked serious. Are you okay? I swallowed. Not even close. Tell me, she said. It's Olivia, I said. She filed something against me, or someone did on her behalf. Maya's eyes widened. What did she accuse you of? Harassment? I said, my voice cracking. And running away from a pregnant ex? Maya stared at me in disbelief. That's insane. That's actually insane. I know, I said. But she has fake documents. Fake screenshots. And the company has to look into it. Maya stepped closer. Ethan, look at me. I met her eyes. You're not alone, she said. We can fight this. We, I repeated. Yes, we, she said firmly. Come on. Show me everything. At my desk, I opened my phone. These are the chats she brought. They're edited. But I need to find the originals. Do you still have backups? She asked. Maybe, I said. I haven't checked in a long time. I didn't want to look at old messages. Today you need them, she said. Let's dig. For the next hour, we went through my cloud backups. I opened old folders, old screenshots, old exports. Every piece felt like reopening a wound I thought had healed. There, Maya said suddenly, pointing at a chat from last year. Compare this one to the one she gave you. I lined them up. The differences were obvious: different font, different spacing, different date. She cut and copied, Maya said. She literally moved your words around. She's desperate, I said. Desperate or evil, Maya replied. We kept digging. I opened bank statements. Look, I said. I helped her with rent 3 times. That's before she left. If I was the villain, why would I do that? Collect everything, Maya said. We're building a timeline. An hour later, Lily arrived, barging into the office with a snack bag in her hand. You didn't answer my texts, she said. So I assumed you were dying. I'm fine, I lied. She looked at Maya. Hi, I'm Lily. I insult people out of love. I'm Maya, Maya said. I just insult people. Good, Lily replied. You'll fit right in. She placed the snack bag on my desk. Now, show me the lies. I handed her Olivia's file. Lily scanned it quickly. This is worse than I thought. She didn't even try to hide the fake timestamps. Maya leaned over. Look at this one. Lily snorted. On this date, Olivia posted a photo from Ryan's lake house. Location tag included. She wasn't even in the city. I blinked. You follow her? No, Lily said. Her stories kept popping up because we have mutuals, and because God hates me. She started scrolling through Olivia's old posts. See this? She tagged Ryan in a restaurant on the same week she claims you two were trying to work things out. Lies everywhere. Maya crossed her arms. This is good, really good. It's solid proof, Lily said. I mean, she literally documented her cheating journey for the world. Can you send me all of these? I asked. I can send them to HR myself, Lily said. I look scarier, Maya laughed. She's right. Then Lily looked at my face. But something else is bothering you, Spill. I hesitated before saying it. Jake knew. Both of them looked up. Knew what? Lily asked. That Olivia was with Ryan before I found out. Maya exhaled slowly. God, he didn't tell me, I said. He let me believe everything was fine. Lily clenched her jaw. Where is he? Probably at his desk, I said. Go, Lily said. I want to hear every word. I found Jake near the vending machine. He looked up when he saw me, guilt already in his eyes. Ethan, he said. Look about earlier. When did she tell you? I asked. He swallowed. Ethan, don't do this here. Answer me, I said. He rubbed his forehead. Months before you found the chats. I heard rumors at first. Then she told me she was considering options. And you didn't tell me. My voice shook. You were already fragile, he said. You were stressed, tired, overworked. I didn't want to break you, so you let her do it, I said. Let me love someone who was already gone. He looked at the floor. I thought she'd come clean. I thought you too. I don't know. I thought it would work out somehow. She cheated, I said. I lied. And you helped her lie by staying silent. I was scared, he whispered. If I took your side, I'd lose her. If I told you, I'd lose you. I didn't know what to do, so you did nothing, I said. And nothing hurt me more than the truth. He looked up, eyes red. I'm sorry. I know, I said. But sorry doesn't fix anything anymore. I walked away. When I got back to my desk, Maya looked at me. You okay? No, I said. But I'm awake now. Lily nodded. Good. Stay awake. I opened a new folder on my desktop and labeled it The Truth. I'm done defending myself, I said. Now I'm proving myself. Daniel called me again the next morning. His voice on the phone was calm, but too calm. Ethan, bring everything you mentioned yesterday. And bring Maya too. My heart thudded. Okay, we're coming. Maya met me outside his office, holding a folder as thick as a textbook. Ready? She asked. No, I said, but I'm going in anyway. We stepped inside. Daniel sat behind his desk. Sarah from HR sat in a chair next to him, with her laptop open. Both of them looked serious professional. Serious. Not angry serious. It somehow made me more nervous. Daniel nodded. Let's begin. Show me what you brought. I set the laptop down and opened the folder. I want to walk you through the real timeline. Maya sat beside me and tapped the first printed screenshot. This is Olivia's claim. She says she and Ethan were still together during this month.
Oh.
Sarah leaned forward. Right. But during that same month, Maya continued, sliding a second paper next to it. She posted this. The picture showed Olivia at a lake house. Ryan standing behind her with his hand on her waist. The date sat glowing at the top. Daniel raised his brow. That's pretty clear. There's more, I said. Look at this chat she gave HR. I placed the fake screenshot next to an original backup from my phone. Fonts don't match. The timestamp is different. The conversation layout changed after an app update. Sarah studied them. She edited these. Badly, Lily muttered in my head, and I almost smiled. Maya flipped to another page. This is from Emma's account. She posted rich future in-laws with heart emojis for months before Olivia's supposed pregnancy date. That contradicts her entire story, Sarah said quietly. Daniel leaned back, steepling his fingers. So the narrative she gave us doesn't hold. Collapse, as Maya said. It wasn't even standing. I swallowed hard. Sir, she's trying to ruin my life. I didn't abandon her. I didn't leave a pregnant woman alone. The timeline doesn't match. Nothing matches. Sarah looked at me kindly. We believe you, Ethan, but we have to follow protocol. Maya sat straighter. You can still investigate without punishing him. Daniel nodded slowly. And that's what I intend to do. I'm pausing the complaint completely while we conduct a deeper check. I exhaled a breath I didn't know I was holding. Sarah typed something into her laptop. We'll verify the email source too. Anonymous doesn't mean untraceable. I looked at her sharply. You can trace it. We can attempt to, she said. No promises. But if it came from a personal device or a careless account, we might get lucky. Maya smiled faintly. I love when HR goes detective mode. Daniel closed the file. Good work, both of you. Maya nudged me under the table. For the first time in days, I felt a spark of something that wasn't fear. After we left his office, Maya said, See? We're turning the tide. I hope so, I murmured. You're doing more than hoping, she said. You're fighting. 2 days later, Daniel approached my desk. Ethan, he said, I need you in the conference room. A new client project is starting. You'll be part of the main team. I stared at him. Me, yes, he said. You've earned it. I followed him to the big glass conference room. A large folder with project details sat at the center of the table. Maya was already there, flipping through slides. This is a major account, she whispered. One of the biggest we've had this quarter. Daniel nodded. Our client is sending their representative today. I sat down, nervously straightening my shirt. Do we know who it is? Maya shrugged. Someone from Blake Solutions. My chest froze. Ryan Blake. My heart kicked harder. Daniel. Do you know who? But before I finished, the door opened. Ryan walked in with the confidence of someone who thought the world owed him applause. His suit looked expensive, his smile arrogant, his steps slow and deliberate. He didn't even look around the room, just expected everyone to look at him. Then his gaze landed on me. His smile cracked. He stopped, mid-step. The room went silent. Maya turned to me, confused. Daniel looked between us. Ryan stared at me like I wasn't supposed to exist. I kept my face calm. I didn't blink. He swallowed, then forced a smile back on. Daniel, he said, offering a hand. Pleasure to be here. Daniel shook it. Likewise. Have a seat. Ryan sat at the opposite end of the table, but his eyes never left me. Daniel gestured toward me. This is Ethan. He's part of the lead team. At. Ryan's jaw tightened. Is he? Yes, Daniel replied. He'll be handling a major portion of the data integration. Ryan leaned back in his chair. I would have preferred someone more reliable. Daniel raised an eyebrow. Ethan is one of our strongest assets. Everyone makes mistakes. I leaned forward slightly, some bigger than others. He froze again. I kept smiling, small, calm, controlled. No fear, no shaking, just clarity. Maya nudged me under the table again, but this time in shock, not encouragement. Ryan cleared his throat. Let's proceed with the agenda. The meeting dragged on, but every time Ryan looked at me, I met his eyes. He knew something was wrong. Something had shifted. I wasn't the quiet, hurt, broken man Olivia counted on. I was awake now. At the end, Ryan stood up quickly. Daniel, a word outside? Daniel nodded. Before that, Ethan, can you stay for a moment? Ryan shot him a look. Daniel ignored it. Ryan left the room stiffly. Daniel waited a beat, then shut the door. He turned to me. Ethan, is there something I need to know about this man? I looked him straight in the eyes. Yes, I said. A lot. The next week felt like watching a storm build slow, dark, impossible to stop. It began when Daniel called me into his office and pointed at a spreadsheet on his monitor. Ethan, he said, look at this. These are Ryan's payment logs. I leaned over. They look late. Not just late, Daniel said. Manipulated. Sarah stepped in with a folder. And these, she said, are complaints from 2 other companies. Same pattern. Promises, delays, then silence. I stared at the pages. So he's been scamming multiple firms? Looks like it, Daniel said. And he wanted us next. I swallowed. Do we have enough to confront him? We will, Daniel replied. Gather every piece you can. But stay clean. No crossing lines. I won't, I said. I just want the truth. Sarah placed a hand on my shoulder. Good. Let the facts speak. For the next few days, Maya and I combed through invoices, emails, deliverable logs, everything tied to the project. The deeper we dug, the uglier it got. Look at this, Maya whispered one afternoon. He promised the same deliverable to 3 different companies. Why would he do that? I asked. Money, she said. He takes the initial deposit and disappears. And he wanted our company next, I muttered. Maya nodded. He saw you as the weak link. I'm done being that. I said. The final piece came from a forgotten email thread Ryan had accidentally CC'd to one of Daniel's assistants. A half-written message bragging about softening our team with false promises. When Maya read it, she laughed bitterly. He really thought he was untouchable. Not anymore, I said. The joint meeting was scheduled for Friday morning. Daniel wanted everyone present. Ryan, his team Emma, and Olivia, who he insisted come since her name appeared in a few emails. Ryan sent at night from their old shared address. I walked into the conference room early. The screen at the front displayed the spreadsheet we compiled. Clean. Organized. Deadly Maya sat beside me. You ready? No, I said. But I'm here. Daniel and Sarah entered next, both calm in a way that scared me. That kind of calm meant they had all the facts. Then Ryan walked in, phone in hand, confidence dripping like cologne. Olivia followed him, head down. Emma strutted behind them like she was arriving at a fashion show. Ryan smirked at me. Here we go again. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. Daniel tapped his laptop. Let's begin. The screen lit up with the first set of numbers. Ryan, Daniel said, your company reported these payment dates. But our records show something different. Ryan barely looked. Minor clerical errors. Sarah clicked to the next slide. In these agreements? Promising the same service to 3 different firms? Ryan's jaw twitched. Business is flexible. Opportunities evolve. And yet, Daniel said, 2 of those firms filed formal complaints last month. Emma shifted in her seat. Wait, what complaints? Ryan shot her a glare. Stay quiet, Olivia whispered Ryan. What is this? Nothing, he snapped. Daniel continued calmly. We also received an anonymous email accusing Ethan of misconduct. We traced the metadata. You what? Sarah placed a printed sheet on the table. It didn't come from our building. It came from a device registered to your office. A silence heavier than anything I'd experienced filled the room. Olivia stared at Ryan. What did you do? He finally snapped. I did what I had to. He was getting in my way. My heart thudded, but I kept my expression still. Daniel leaned forward. Ryan, do you deny sending the false complaint? He slammed his hand on the table. She was supposed to keep him in line. All she had to do was scare him into backing off until the contract was locked. Olivia's eyes widened. Scare him? You told me shut up, Ryan hissed. Emma raised a hand.
Hold on.
Are you saying the pregnancy thing was? He rounded on her. You helped. Don't act innocent, Emma recoiled. I only told her what people might believe, okay? I didn't tell you to actually frame him. Daniel tapped the table. Enough. We need clear answers. Olivia stood abruptly. This wasn't my idea. Ryan said if we made Ethan panic, he'd stay quiet. He said the company would back off the negotiations. He said Ryan cut her off with a laugh that sounded unstable. Pregnancy scare works every time. Especially with sentimental idiots. My stomach twisted. So it was never real, I said quietly. The whole thing, he shrugged. It was a test. And leverage. He panics, signs something, disappears. Company gets distracted. We get ahead. Olivia turned pale. I didn't think you'd actually ruin him, you didn't think? Ryan snapped. You never think. Sarah stood. Ryan Blake, this meeting is terminated. HR will proceed with a full misconduct report. And your contract with us is gone, Daniel finished. Effective immediately. Ryan stood up so fast, his chair fell over. You can't? We just did, Daniel said. Emma backed away from Ryan like he was radioactive. I'm not part of this. I didn't know you knew enough, Daniel said. Olivia looked at me with shaking hands. Ethan, I'm sorry. I didn't mean you did, I said softly. Just not for the reasons you expected. She broke, then eyes red. Lip trembling, tears spilling. Ryan stormed out first. Slamming the door, Emma followed without looking at anyone. Olivia remained frozen as the room emptied around her. I turned away and walked out. Outside the building, the cold air hit me like a wave. I finally breathed. Ethan. I heard behind me. Footsteps slapped the pavement, and when I turned, Olivia was running toward me. Mascara streaking, hair wild. Please, she cried. Please don't go. Stopped but didn't step closer. She reached out with shaking hands. Ethan, I have nothing. He's gone. Everyone hates me, please. Don't leave me like this. Her voice cracked, desperate, broken, but inside me. Something was finally calm. I'm not leaving you, I said quietly. You left me. A long time ago? She choked on a sob. I'm sorry, I know, I said. But sorry doesn't rebuild anything. Her face crumpled. Ethan, please. I shook my head slowly. For the first time I said, turning away, I'm choosing myself. And I walked. Ethan. Olivia's voice cracked behind me. Please, please, don't walk away. I stopped on the sidewalk, but I didn't turn. I told myself I wouldn't look back. I told myself I was done, but I turned anyway. She stumbled toward me, mascara running, hand reaching out like I was the last thing holding her to the world. You can't just leave me like this, she begged. I have no one. No one. You had people, I said. You chose them. They were mistakes, she cried. Ryan, Emma, all of it. I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. You knew exactly what you were doing, I said. You picked him. You picked the money. You picked the life you wanted, and you left me without even a goodbye. She shook her head fast, like reality hurt. I thought he was my future. I thought he would take care of me. I didn't know he would use me. He didn't care who he destroyed as long as you got what you wanted, I said. You used me too. Her voice dropped to a whisper. I was lost. And I was bleeding, I replied. She stepped closer. Ethan, look at me, please. I forced myself to hold her gaze. She sobbed, You're the only person who ever loved me. Really loved me. I ruined everything, I know. But please, don't leave me like them. Don't do what they did. Part of my chest tightened the old part, the one that always wanted to fix her, protect her, save her. The part that believed she could be better. But another part, a stronger part. I remembered the nights I couldn't breathe. I remembered pretending to be okay while she built a future with someone else. I remembered the false accusations that nearly killed my career. I remembered her voice saying, You're too small for my future. And I remembered how easily she threw me to the wolves when it helped her. She whispered, Ethan, let's try again, please. I don't care where we live. I don't care about money. I just want you. No, I said softly. She froze. What? No, I repeated. Not again. She blinked rapidly. But I apologized. I told the truth. I told them everything. You told them because you got caught, I said. Not because you wanted to? It's not fair, she said, voice breaking. Fair? I laughed weakly. You nearly ruined my life with a lie. You dragged my name, my job, my sanity through hell. You didn't care what happened to me, as long as you got what you needed. But I love you, she cried. You loved the version of me who stayed quiet, I said, who never complained, who kept forgiving until there was nothing left to forgive. She reached for my arm. Ethan, please, I stepped back. Don't. She gasped like I'd stabbed her. So that's it? After 5 years? You ended those 5 years, I said. Not me. But you can't just walk away, she said, voice rising. You can't leave me alone like this. I'm not leaving you alone, I said. I'm leaving you to the choices you made. She screamed out of pain, frustration, desperation. Then her voice cracked into a sob and she covered her face. I have nothing left. I know, I said quietly, but that's not my burden anymore. She lowered her hands, her face streaked and trembling. I'm begging you. I shook my head. I forgive you as a person. I won't hate you, but I'll never trust you again. And I won't be your backup plan. Her knees buckled slightly. Ethan, I'm choosing myself, I said. For a long moment, she stared at me with empty, hollow eyes. Then she turned and walked away, shoulders shaking, disappearing into the city crowd, and for the first time in years, I didn't follow her. Later that night, I sat in my apartment with Lily and Maya. We ate simple food, diced vegetables, cheap takeout. No drama, no shouting, just quiet. Lily nudged me. You look different. How? I asked. Like someone finally cut a chain, she said. Maya smiled softly. You did the right thing. I hope so, I said. You did, she whispered after they left. I sat alone with the last thing that tied me to Olivia's small printed photo of us from years ago. We were smiling, young, stupid, hopeful. I held it for a long moment. Then I stood, walked to the trash bin, and let it fall. For the first time, I whispered, I choose myself. My phone buzzed. I looked at the screen, not Olivia. Maya, you okay? I breathed out slowly, a smile touching my lips. For the first time, yes.